Hey, I want to talk to you about something real today. Anxiety and overthinking. That constant buzz in your brain that makes it feel like peace is just out of reach. Yeah, I've lived there for a very long time. I used to think it was just me, like I was wired wrong or weak. But the truth is, your brain's doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's just overdoing it. You see, anxiety isn't a flaw, it's a survival system. It's your brain trying to protect you from danger, even if that danger is just a what-if thought. It's like your mind sees a shadow and yells, "Shark!" But there's no shark. It's just an unpaid bill, or a message you haven't answered, or a memory you keep replaying. And your brain, it treats it all like life or death. And that's where the overthinking comes in. It's your mind's way of trying to solve an unsolvable problem. And it believes, if I just think harder, I'll feel safe. But the more you think, the deeper you spiral. It's like trying to get out of quicksand by struggling more. So here's the thing. Your brain lies to you sometimes. Not because it's cruel, because it's scared. It creates stories to explain discomfort, to control uncertainty. But most of those stories, they're fiction. Just mental movies that never even happen in real life. Let's zoom out for a second. Why does your brain even do this? It all comes down to survival wiring. And there's a part of your brain called the amygdala that's small, almond-shaped, and its job is to scan for threats. So back in the day, that meant lions and falling off cliffs. Now it means emails, bills, breakups, social media, not getting enough likes. The amygdala can't tell the difference between a real physical threat and a psychological one. So it sends out the same stress signal: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Then there's your prefrontal cortex, the rational thinking part of your brain. And this is where logic lives. It solves problems, makes decisions, plans ahead. But when the amygdala gets loud, like during anxiety attacks, the prefrontal cortex starts to go offline. And that's why, when you're in panic mode, you know the thought is irrational, but it still feels very real. And there's one more piece, the default mode network, and basically your brain's idle mode. This kicks on when you're not focused on something specific, and it's the engine of overthinking. It loops memories, regrets, worries, hypothetical futures. It's like a playlist of everything that's ever gone wrong, or could. And that's why quiet moments can feel louder than busy ones. Your brain fills in the silence with fear. But here's where your power comes in. You can interrupt the pattern. You can step back from the noise and actually watch your thoughts instead of getting swept away by them. And it starts with one simple move. And that is name the thought. Don't be the thought. The moment you can say, "I'm having a thought that I'm not good enough," instead of "I'm not good enough," you've created space. A thought is not the truth, it's just a mental event. Labeling your thought without judgment disconnects you from its power. Interrupt the loop, literally. Your brain runs like a record player, and if you don't lift the needle, it'll keep playing the same anxious song. So try a pattern interrupt. Stand up, snap your fingers, clap, say something silly, or even say out loud, "Thank you, brain, but we're not doing that today." It sounds weird, but it works. It breaks the loop. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method. This one helps when your thoughts feel like a bit of a tornado. Look around and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and one thing that you can taste. And this pulls you out of the story and into the present. And the present is almost never as scary as your thoughts make it seem. Ask this one game-changing question. What's the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? That flips the script. Instead of judging or trying to fix yourself, you meet yourself with care. Sometimes the answer is take a breath. Sometimes it's put down the phone. And sometimes it's just be gentle. So your mind is a liar, but you can outsmart it. Let me show you something cool real quick. Wherever you are right now, look around the room and find something red. Go on, really do it. Look for something red. Maybe a book cover, a cup, a label. You got it? Okay. Now tell me, how many blue things did you see? Probably not many, right? Because your brain wasn't looking for blue. It was filtering everything else out to focus on what you told it to find. And here's the twist. Your brain does this with everything, not just colours. If you keep telling it to look for danger, it will. If you keep expecting rejection, it'll collect every little clue to prove you right. If you say, I'm not good enough, your brain starts scanning for red flags to match that story. But what if you trained it to look for something else? And that's called attention training. And it's how we start rewiring our emotional lens. We stop searching for red and start choosing blue. So when anxiety hits, here's the hack. Shift your focus on purpose and ask yourself, what's good right now? What's working? What's the one small thing I can feel grateful for in this moment? It doesn't have to be deep. Your coffee's warm, you're safe, you're breathing, and that's enough. Now let's talk about the voice. You know the one, that inner critic, the narrator in your head that says, you're messing up again. They probably think you're weird. What did you say that for? You're falling behind. Here's a little mind-bending truth. That voice isn't actually you. It's just your brain's echo chamber, a mix of fears, memories, and old programming. But here's the trick to calm it. You give it a name. Like, literally. Call it something like Worry Wanda or Doomsday Dan. Now when it starts up again, you can say, there's Doomsday Dan again doing his thing. This creates distance, and now you're the observer and not the prisoner. Now you get to choose whether to engage or just let it pass. And you can start having a little bit of fun with those negative thoughts. You can also use your body to hack your brain. And here's another strange truth. Sometimes your body calms your mind faster than your mind can calm itself. And try this when you're spiraling. Put cold water on your face or neck, and it activates the vagus nerve, which signals your body to chill. Just lay on the floor and take a deep breath, slow belly breaths. This physically tells your nervous system, we're safe. Or try the 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. Do that a few rounds and notice how your heart rate slows down. These things sound small, but they send massive messages to your brain. And remember, you are not broken. Your brain is just overprotective. And let me end with this. If your brain was a person, it'd be that friend who texts you 5 times a day to say, hey, you okay? I'm just checking. You sure? Are you sure everything's okay? You alright? They mean well. They're just a little intense. But now you get to be the wise one in the room. You get to say, hey brain, I appreciate you looking out for me. but I got this now. Because you do. You're not alone and you're not stuck. Listen, if no one's told you this lately, you're doing much better than you think. You're not behind, you're not broken. You're a human being with a powerful, sensitive mind who's learning how to use it instead of being used by it. Anxiety and overthinking aren't who you are. They're just habits your brain picked up along the way over all these years. And anything learned can be unlearned. You are not your thoughts, you're the awareness behind them. You're the one watching the storm. You're not the storm itself. And the fact that you're here, listening to this, that means something. It means you're waking up and you're choosing peace. You're learning how to turn the volume down on fear and turn the light back on inside yourself. So keep going. Give yourself time. Give yourself grace. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to stay open. And when your mind starts spinning again, and it probably will, just remember this. You are not the voice in your head. You're the one who decides whether to listen. You're not stuck. You're growing. You're healing. And I'm super proud of you. Thanks for spending this time with me. And come back to this talk anytime you need to remember who you really are. You're not alone anymore.